Dr. JP here with Leo. And Leo, you're in the cat family. Have you ever heard of Cat Kong?
Cat Kong? I've heard of King Kong, but I never heard of Cat Kong.
Oh, you never heard of Cat Kong? Well, I think it's time we read Cat Kong. So, take your seat, Leo. Buckle up and get ready for Cat Kong. Written and directed by Dav Pilkey.
Oh, Dav Pilkey, I've heard of him. He's done a lot of books.
Yes, that's true. Cat Kong. Starring Flash, Rabies, and Dwayne, and introducing Blueberry as the monster.
Is this like a movie?
Just listen up. Starring Flash as Professor Vincent Varmint, Rabies as Rosie Rodent, Dwayne as Captain Charles Limburger, Blueberry as the monster. And this book is rated terribly silly. Some material may be too silly for grown-ups. Cat Kong.
Okay, I'm ready for this one.
It started. One dark and perilous night, 3 mouse explorers sailed to an uncharted island.
An island kind of looks like a kitty.
It does, doesn't it? Captain Charles Limburger steered the tiny vessel, while Dr. Vincent Varmint and his beautiful assistant Rosie Rodent looked on. But when they reached the island, the 3 explorers were astonished. A group of natives were performing an ancient ceremony. They were offering a sacrificial can of tuna fish, and they kept repeating a mysterious chant. Suddenly, the island started to tremble. And then, crashing through the forest, came the most frightening creature ever known to mousekind, the mighty Cat Kong. He was meowing and hissing ferociously, and the colossal cat took 3 giant kitty steps, and then he tripped over the can of tuna, and he was bonked on the head and knocked out cold on the ground. Dr. Varmint said, "Whoa. Look at him. He's knocked out. If only we could bring him back to the city with us." "No," said Rosie Rodent. "It would be wrong to take this creature away from its natural habitat just to satisfy our scientific curiosity." "Forget science," said Dr. Varmint. "Think of all the money that we could make." "Oh, yeah." So, the 3 explorers wrapped Cat Kong in a giant burlap bag, and they tied him tightly to the ship, and they sailed back to the great city of Mossopolis. They took very special care not to let the cat out of the bag as they sailed. And then, several days later, in downtown Mossopolis, Dr. Varmint unveiled his discovery, to a sold-out crowd. Ladies and gentlemice, I give you Cat Kong. The ninth lived wonder of the world. And the audience started cheering. But Cat Kong was not amused. The towering tomcat hissed and meowed wildly. Don't be afraid, he told the crowd. Dr. Varmint said, there is no way that this creature can escape from where we have it. I repeat, there's no way that this creature can escape. Well, actually, I think I could be wrong about that. I'm getting out of here. Soon, the entire city of Mouseopolis was in a panic. The ferocious feline tore through the streets. It was knocking down buildings and ripping out power lines and just causing a gigantic ruckus. And Charles Limburger, he rushed to organize a counteractive team while the beautiful Rosie Roden, she watched the destruction from her apartment window as the cat was just going crazy, wrecking the town. Help! Cried the engineer. The cat's got my train. But then, help! Help! Squeaked the butcher. The cat, he's got my tongue. Help! Shrieked Rosie Roden. The cat's got me. He's got me. He's taking me. And that's when the crazed cat headed straight for the top of the Romano Inn, the biggest building in Mouseopolis. With the beautiful Rosie Roden trailing behind. Help me! Help! And that's when a fleet of airplanes flew into action, but the weapons were useless against the meowing menace. It seemed nothing could stop the terrifying Cat Kong. Then suddenly, a squeaking ray of hope rocketed through the thick clouds of gloom and despair, and it was Captain Charles Linsberger to the rescue. Captain Limburger had a plan. He swooped close to Cat Kong, and he held out a red package tied with gold ribbons. Hey, Cat! He shouted, look what I got! He circled again with the package, shouting, you're never gonna guess what's inside this package. Cat Kong stared intensely at the package. With each passing second, the colossal kitty's eyes' interest grew and grew and grew. And finally, Cat Kong couldn't stand it any longer. He had to find out what's in that package. And with one swift paw, he reached out. And the puzzled pussycat reached for the package, but he lost his balance. Ow! Ow! And he fell. Smashed into the ground. When the dust settled, a crowd of mice gathered to view the final resting place of the mighty Cat Kong. He's fallen, said one mouse. And he can't get up, said another. Well, said the chief of police, It looks like as if Beauty killed the beast. But Dr. Varmint said no as he looked into the glowing red horizon of the sky. It was not. It was curiosity that killed the cat. The cat was gone. And Mouseopolis